Hello, welcome to shopstar.com. My name's Jonny Drury. I'm here in Bangor. We just watched the Welsh Cup final. TNS have beaten Bala by 6 goals to 0 alongside my correspondent Lewis Cox and Dave Edwards, Shrewsbury and Wolves legend. Now, Dave, we sort of came to this game thinking hopefully it was going to be your sort of swan song and last game, but unfortunately ended in defeat. You're going to have the European playoffs next week, but I'm sure you'd have liked to have sort of ended your career with a trophy. I know you got the League Cup, but you'd like to have had the Welsh Cup as well.
It would have been a really successful season if we'd have won today, and it still can be successful if we qualify for Europe, but we're going to have to do it the hard way now. It's always going to be tough against TNS. If they turn up and they're on their game, which they were today, then it's going to be a big ask for anyone in this league. So we kind of went for it all the way through the second half, and in hindsight maybe should have just kind of shut up shop a little bit, but in a cup final we thought it'd be nice to try and get a goal and things like that. But never mind, on to Friday night I think against Newtown now, and see how that goes.
We saw you plenty involved out there, Dave. We saw you hobbling a bit at stages of the second half as well. How's the knee? It's the big question for Friday, obviously.
Yeah, I've been really, I haven't missed any games at all since I've been at Bala. I think the training once a week's really suited me. I just went down in a bit of a challenge in the warm up and just felt kind of the side of my knee kind of pop a little bit. Got kind of strapped it up. Got through the game. It was just a bit sore when I really had to kick a ball hard, and obviously I think it was I gave the fourth goal away with a dodgy back pass. I think it's more I just didn't want to have to go long. I didn't kind of have it in my knee, so I was trying to keep it and ended up gifting them a goal. But I'm sure it'll be really sore tomorrow, but hopefully it's nothing too bad and I can sort of ice it, get it settled down and be okay for the weekend.
Dave, you've come to the Welsh Premier to sort of finish off your career. Just reflecting on the 2 years and how it's come about and how things might have been different. Was there ever a chance for you to stay in the pro game, or chances to go elsewhere in England? And do you sort of, you're glad that you've come over to Wales and finished off your career here and have the success you've had?
Yeah, in hindsight, it was the perfect decision because it allowed me to transition out the game. I feel like at the right age, and I've got other things going on. It's allowed me to get more involved in that. And touch wood, I'm in a decent position come the end of the season with coming out of football sort of properly, and I have to thank Bala for that. I think if I would have maybe wanted to move on after Shrewsbury to another professional team, I think there would have been options out there, but I made up my mind quickly that I wanted to go part-time. Thought it would help my body a little bit. I was really struggling with my ankles at Shrewsbury. So that definitely did help, and then I've had such a great time. It's such a good club, lovely community feel to it. The lads are great, all the staff are great, people behind the scenes. So yeah, it's been really special. I've embraced it more than I thought I ever would be able to. Hence playing for 2 years. The plan was only ever to do 1 year, but I loved it that much last year, and my body felt good that I thought I'd give it one more year. But this will definitely be it now. I think. Yeah, I feel like in a really good place. They love my time, and just feel at 37 going to 38 that it's time to give a little bit back to the family.
You racked up the games, Dave, as you've said, over 2 years, and just that once a week training, ideal for your body and your age, isn't it? Yeah, I know, obviously, from covering Shrewsbury, the struggles you went through with your ankle and how difficult that had become. Yeah,
and again, hindsight's such a wonderful thing, but both Sam Ricketts and Steve Cottrell were kind of telling me you don't have to train every day, just look after yourself. But because I wasn't really always in the team, I felt like I needed to train to showcase myself in training. I never really gave my ankle a bit of a rest, but now that I know that it was just the load every single day, going out there training, it just never gave my ankle time to settle down. It was always ballooned up, I was constantly icing it. Whereas pretty much as soon as I went to Bala, then everything just settled down, and it was good, and touch wood, I've had no problems with it at all. So yeah, maybe if I'd have trained a little bit less in my final season at Shrewsbury, I might have been able to continue for another year. But as I said, it's been perfect, and I've definitely found a love for the game again. Not that I didn't enjoy it when I went back to Shrewsbury. Obviously I love playing for my hometown club, but there's something really raw about playing at this level, playing part-time, and lads turn up on Tuesday nights to train, they turn up on a Friday night or Saturday to play games. They don't have to be there, they love it, they'll do the running, do all the hard work. Not one person moans, whereas in the professional game, everything's wrong with everything. So the grass is too long, physios aren't good enough, manager's not good enough, tactics are wrong. Whereas you come here and it kind of takes you right back to the core of why you play football, and I think that's what I enjoy the most.
I just thought to ask quickly, which while we've got you here, you obviously had form of Testimonial, wasn't it, a charity game at the Meadow not so long ago. I know we weren't there, but it was really successful, wasn't it? Some great names turned up and great money raised, and you had a good time.
Yeah, that was amazing. So lucky the amount of players who turned up to play. I was really grateful for them giving up their times on a Sunday afternoon, and obviously all the fans turning up. I'm sure there was over 3,000 in the stadium, and it was a real entertaining game, and most of all it's raised some vital money for the Shrewsbury Town Foundation and the Little Rascals Foundation. But it was just a lovely day, lovely atmosphere, a good game, good goals being scored in the game. So once again, for people turning out to help me to play, helping with the day, and then the fans, I'm so lucky to have had that moment as well.
Brilliant.
Lewis was digging out some stats in the game. Wednesday will be 20 years since you made your debut for Shrewsbury Town. Can you recall
3rd of May was it, I think? Yeah.
Exactly 20 years. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh,
Remember the game?
Yeah, sorry to make
Yeah, I remember everything about it. It was obviously not a great day for Town fans because we'd already been relegated the game before, but we was at the Meadow and Kevin Ratcliffe had just left, and Mark Atkins and Nigel Vaughan, who's the youth team coach at the time, took over for that game, and they put a few of the young boys in the squad, and I was on the bench, and 10 minutes to go, told me to get warm, heart was Scunthorpe at home, and then I got sort of 7 or 8 minutes to make my league debut, and that meant everything to me. Just to play in the Football League for Shrewsbury, that was like, I've made it, that's it. If I never kick a ball again, I've done everything I ever wanted. So 20 years ago, it goes fast.
I don't know the exact numbers of your career now, the senior games, including playing at Bala, but if someone would have told you, 17-year-old then, 20 years ago, that in 20 years' time you'd be playing your last football, 600 odd games later, would you have not believed them or looked like they were daft?
Like I said, just to play that one game meant everything to me. And I think if you'd have told me then the level I went to play at as well, sort of getting to play in the Premier League, getting to play internationally, however many games in the Championship, that was just not on my radar at all. Obviously, everyone's ambitious, everyone has dreams, but genuinely playing for Shrewsbury was my all then. If you'd have said I'd have played 100 games for Shrewsbury, that was it, I'd have snapped your hand off at that point for it. So, my career has gone way beyond I could ever have dreamed of, and that's why I'm so grateful to have had it. And rather than looking back now on it being a sad point I'm retiring, I think I look back on it and say what a journey it was, many ups and downs, but so lucky. Any footballer will tell you, so lucky to have a career playing, but to play for 20 years, I've been very, very lucky.
Brilliant. Just finally, Dave, looking forward to retirement now. I know it's not going to be, feet up. I know I was listening to Sky the other day, you were on co-coms at Blackpool. I'm sure you got plenty of that coming up. I know you do a lot of charity work, business work. Yeah. But you're looking forward to hanging up the boots. I'm sure the old knees will be a little less sore.
I am. I'm looking forward to sort of being a bit more involved with other things at weekends. So I love the co-com stuff. I love my little boy plays on a Saturday and a Sunday, so be able to watch him more. Going to watch games with my family, all these things which you miss out. It's such a selfish world football is when you're playing. Your family has to revolve around your schedule, so it'd be nice to give a little bit of time back, and so I still get to stay in football with the commentary work, so I work hard on that, but plenty going on. I've just got to make sure that I keep the weight off. I've been warned by my wife already.
Dave, congratulations, you had a great career.
Cheers, thank you so much.
Cheers,
chaps, thanks.